The role of meditation in achieving Zen mindfulness. As we gather today, let us explore the ancient practice of meditation, a cornerstone of Zen Buddhism, and how it can usher us towards the state of Zen mindfulness. In the tapestry of Zen, meditation is not merely a practice but an art, a science and a way of being that reveals the beauty of our inner silence and the depth of our inherent wisdom. In the silence of meditation, we engage with the very core of Zen, direct experience. This experience transcends the realm of conceptual thought, leading us to a place where words are like ripples on the surface of a deep ocean. It is here, in the depths of stillness, that we encounter the essence of Zen mindfulness. Zen Buddhism, emerging from the confluence of Mahayana Buddhism and Taoist philosophy, teaches us the art of seeing directly into the nature of existence. This direct seeing is the heart of meditation. As we sit in Zazen, the Zen meditation, we are not striving to empty our minds but to become present to each moment. It is about noticing when our mind wanders and gently, without judgment, guiding it back to the present. As we sit, we might observe the subtleties of our breath, the sensations in our bodies, or the fleeting thoughts that pass like clouds in the sky. With each observation, we learn the delicate art of letting go. The goal is not to chase away thoughts, but to acknowledge their impermanence. This acknowledgement is a gateway to understanding the transient nature of all phenomena. Zen mindfulness is the cultivation of an alert presence that remains unwavering in the face of life's constant flux. It is in this presence that we discover the richness of the present moment. We often search for contentment in future achievements or past memories, yet Zen teaches us that peace is always here, accessible in the now. In your daily life, you may have encountered moments of absolute presence, when time seemed to stand still and you were fully immersed in the now. Recall how this felt. Was there not a profound peace in that simplicity? This is the essence of Zen mindfulness, and through meditation, we learn to access this state not just in fleeting moments, but as a continuous undercurrent in our lives. As you continue to sit in meditation, you will notice that the mind has a tendency to resist the present. It may conjure up an endless stream of thoughts about the past or future. However, every time you notice this and return to the present, you are strengthening the muscle of mindfulness. It is through this simple yet profound act that clarity begins to dawn. Zen mindfulness is not about achieving a state of constant bliss, but about becoming intimately acquainted with the full spectrum of our human experience. It is about being present with our joys, our sorrows, our anger, and our fear. Through this presence, we learn to respond to life with equanimity and compassion. In meditation, we have the opportunity to observe the nature of our thoughts without getting entangled in them. We might ask, who is it that observes these thoughts? Herein lies one of the deepest inquiries in Zen meditation. It invites us to look beyond the surface of our identities to discover who we truly are at our core. As you continue on this path, you may begin to notice the spaces between thoughts, moments of stillness that grow with practice. These spaces are where insight shines through, offering glimpses into the nature of reality and our place within it. This insight is not intellectual. It is a direct knowing that can only be experienced. The role of meditation in achieving Zen mindfulness is akin to the relationship between water and a clear reflection. When the water is agitated, it distorts the images reflected upon it. But when the water is still, it mirrors reality with perfect clarity. Similarly, as our minds settle through meditation, our perception of reality becomes clearer. Zen mindfulness, therefore, is not an end goal but a way of engaging life with a clear, open heart. It is about meeting each moment with freshness, as if seeing it for the first time. In this way, meditation becomes not just a seated practice, but a way of living mindfully. As we approach the second part of our exploration, let us hold the question: what is the quality of your presence at this moment? Are you here, fully, listening not just with your ears but with your entire being? The Zen of Presence, embracing the art of mindfulness in the tapestry of life. In this segment of our exploration, we delve deeper into the fabric of Zen meditation and its profound impact on our lives. We stand at the threshold of understanding, where the practice of meditation begins to weave into the very way we perceive and interact with the world around us. As we deepen our practice, we come to recognize the nature of our minds. Our thoughts are like a river, constantly flowing, sometimes meandering gently, at other times raging with the turbulence of our emotions. In meditation, we do not seek to dam this river but to watch it, to understand its course, and to learn from its rhythms. Through this understanding, we begin to navigate life with a sense of inner steadiness and peace. You may have noticed that in the stillness of meditation, there is an awareness that remains untouched by the changing states of mind. It is like the sky, ever present, vast, and untroubled by the clouds that pass through it. This awareness is our true nature, and the practice of meditation invites us to rest in this space. It teaches us that while we cannot control the appearance of thoughts or feelings, we can choose how we respond to them. As we cultivate this skill, we transform our relationship with our experiences. We learn that pain and discomfort, while natural parts of life, do not have to dictate our reactions. We find that there is a place within us that can hold these experiences with compassion rather than resistance. This is the essence of Zen mindfulness, responding to life's challenges not from a place of avoidance or aversion, but from a space of acceptance and understanding. The practice of meditation also brings to light the interconnectedness of all things. In Zen, this is not a concept but a lived reality. As we sit in silence, we may begin to sense that the boundaries between ourselves and the world around us are not as solid as they seem. We are part of a greater whole, and every action we take, every word we speak, echoes through this web of interbeing. This realization has profound ethical implications. It invites us to consider the impact of our choices and to act with mindfulness and care. The Zen precepts are not commandments but expressions of this understanding. They guide us to live in harmony with the world, not causing harm through our actions, words, or thoughts. As we continue to practice, we discover that Zen mindfulness is not passive. It is an active engagement with each moment. It requires us to be fully present with whatever task is at hand, whether it's washing the dishes, speaking with a friend, or sitting in meditation. Each act becomes an opportunity to practice mindfulness, to bring the fullness of our being into the simplicity of the present. In Zen, even the mundane is seen as a doorway to the sacred. There is no separation between the spiritual practice and everyday life. They are one and the same. The Zen master Dogen Zenji once said, "If you are unable to find the truth right where you are, where else do you expect to find it?" Zen mindfulness encourages us to find depth in the surface of life, to see the extraordinary within the ordinary. This path is not without its challenges. There will be times when sitting in meditation feels like an uphill battle, when the mind is restless and peace seems out of reach. It is in these moments that the practice truly becomes a teacher. It shows us our attachments, our aversions, and the patterns that bind us. Through this honest seeing, we can begin to untangle the knots within our hearts. As we sit with whatever arises without pushing it away or clinging to it, we learn the art of balance. This balance is not static but dynamic, a continuous dance with the ever-changing circumstances of life. Zen mindfulness teaches us to move with grace, to be flexible and adaptable, to flow with life rather than resisting it. In this process, we may encounter the paradoxes at the heart of Zen. We strive to achieve a state that is not about striving. We seek a goal that is not a goal. These paradoxes are not meant to confuse, but to point us beyond the logical mind, to the realm of direct experience. They invite us to question our assumptions and to open ourselves to the boundless possibilities of this moment. As we come to the third part of our exploration, we turn our attention to the embodiment of Zen mindfulness in our daily lives. This is where the fruits of our meditation practice begin to ripen, where the seeds of awareness sown on the cushion flourish in the garden of everyday experience. The practice of Zen meditation is not confined to the times we sit in silence. It is a living, breathing aspect of our existence that we carry with us. As we go about our day, we can bring the same quality of awareness to our actions as we do to our breath during meditation. This is the art of mindfulness in action, the Zen way of being fully present in the doing. Consider the act of eating. We often eat mindlessly, consumed by our thoughts or distractions. But imagine approaching each meal as a meditation. As you eat, become aware of the colors, textures, and flavors. Notice the sensations in your body, the process of chewing and swallowing, the nourishment provided by the food. This simple act, when done with mindfulness, can become a profound practice of gratitude and connection. The same principle applies to all our activities. Whether you are speaking with someone, engaging in your work, or even resting, you can do so with the full presence of Zen mindfulness. It is about being wholeheartedly in the moment with whatever it encompasses. This presence is not forced, but arises naturally from the depth of your meditation practice. As we practice being present in each moment, the distinction between meditation and daily life begins to blur. We start to see every experience as an opportunity to practice mindfulness. A traffic jam, a difficult conversation, a moment of joy, all are equal in their potential to bring us back to the present. In Zen, there is a saying, "When walking, just walk. When sitting, just sit. Above all, don't wobble." This points to the single-mindedness of Zen mindfulness, the quality of being fully with one thing at a time. In our multitasking world, this can seem counterintuitive, yet it is a potent antidote to the fragmentation of our attention. This singular focus brings with it a profound sense of serenity and effectiveness. When you give your undivided attention to the task at hand, you are more likely to perform it with care and skill. This is the Zen way, to do each thing with the whole self, leaving no room for distraction. The cultivation of Zen mindfulness also has a deep impact on our relationships. When we are truly present with another person, we offer them a precious gift, our full attention. This presence allows for a deeper connection, a meeting not just of minds but of beings. It is the foundation for genuine communication and understanding. In the landscape of Zen, every encounter is seen as an opportunity to practice kindness and compassion. These qualities arise naturally from the realization of interconnectedness that comes through meditation. When we see ourselves in others, we naturally wish to treat them with the same care and respect we would wish for ourselves. As we continue on the path of Zen mindfulness, we become aware of the impermanence of all things. This awareness is not a cause for despair, but a reminder to appreciate the preciousness of each moment. It encourages us to live fully, to love deeply, and to engage with life with an open heart. In the stillness of meditation, we touch the timeless, the boundless essence of our being. This touch, though fleeting, can infuse our lives with a sense of grace and wonder. It reminds us that beneath the busyness of our lives, there is a still point, a place of peace and stability that we can return to again and again. As we approach the final part of our journey together, reflect on how the practice of Zen mindfulness has begun to take root in your life. What changes have you noticed? How does the world appear when seen through the lens of mindfulness? The alchemy of tranquility, mastering the Zen tapestry of mindful living. In our continued exploration of the serene art of Zen mindfulness, we have ventured through the verdant valleys of introspection and ascended the peaks of profound insight. The path has been both a mirror and a window, revealing the depths within us while offering glimpses of the vastness beyond. As we tread further, the transformative power of Zen meditation begins to manifest not just in moments of stillness, but in the dynamic flow of daily life. The alchemy of tranquility is at work when the lessons of the cushion become the wisdom of the street. Here, the dichotomy between the meditator and the active participant in the world's drama dissolves. The meditator, once seated in silence, now walks with a quietude that speaks volumes, touches hearts without a whisper, and changes circumstances with the subtlety of a passing breeze. In the fabric of everyday experiences, the threads of mindfulness are now interwoven with the ordinary, dyeing the mundane with the colors of awareness and presence. The tea's warmth, the bird's song, the smile of a stranger, each is witnessed with a fresh intimacy. The world, in its relentless change, becomes a kaleidoscope of transient beauty, appreciated with a presence that is both grounded and ethereal. The dance of impermanence. The Zen practitioner comes to dance with impermanence, engaging with the ephemeral nature of all phenomena. This dance is not one of resignation, but of celebration, an acknowledgement that each moment is a unique and unrepeatable performance. The knowledge that everything is in flux becomes not a source of anxiety, but a call to presence. For in knowing that nothing lasts, we are impelled to savor the here and now, to truly live each second to its fullest. The symphony of silence. In the symphony of everyday life, silence has its melody, a subtle undertone that resonates beneath the cacophony of the world. It is in this quietude that wisdom often whispers its deepest truths. The Zen adept learns to listen to this silence, to attend to the spaces between sounds, the pauses between words, and the stillness that frames movement. In doing so, life's symphony is heard not as a series of isolated notes, but as a harmonious whole. The compass of compassion. Mindfulness, having matured into a constant companion, becomes the compass that guides ethical action. Compassion flows naturally from the recognition of interconnectedness. To harm another is to harm oneself. Zen mindfulness, thus, becomes a beacon that illuminates the path of right action, ensuring that each step is taken with care, each decision weighed with the balance of heart and mind. The wisdom of equanimity. Challenges, once seen as obstacles, are now embraced as teachers. Equanimity is the wisdom that arises from a mind that has seen through the veil of reactivity. The Zen practitioner stands amidst the storms of life, not untouched but unshaken, knowing that all things pass, and that within him or her lies a sanctuary of peace that no external condition can erode. The art of ordinary magic. Ultimately, Zen mindfulness bestows upon us the art of ordinary magic, the ability to transform the simplest act into a gesture of mindfulness, the art of conversation, the routine of work, the rituals of daily self-care. Each is performed with an attentiveness that elevates the act from the mundane to the meditative. In the embrace of this art, we find that the extraordinary is not a realm apart from the ordinary, but is born from it. With each mindful breath, each mindful step, the ordinary world is infused with the extraordinary. This is the true magic of Zen mindfulness, the revelation that every aspect of our daily lives holds the potential for awakening. Topin. As our exploration approaches the threshold of conclusion, it is important to recognize that the journey of Zen mindfulness is without end. There is no final destination, only an ever-deepening practice, an ever-expanding awareness, and an ever-growing capacity for compassion and wisdom. The path winds onward, inviting us to walk it with intention, with curiosity, and with an open heart. In the end, the alchemy of tranquility is not a transformation that occurs once, but a continual process of becoming, of unfolding, of returning to the essence of who we are. It is a journey that asks us to be both the sculptor and the clay, to actively shape our experience even as we surrender to the forces that shape us. The practice of Zen mindfulness, then, is an invitation to live fully, to love deeply, and to find, in the tapestry of mindful living, the golden threads that bind us to the eternal, the infinite, and the profoundly beautiful tapestry of life. The luminous horizon, embracing eternity in the heartbeat of the moment. As we draw the final strokes on the canvas of our Zen journey, the portrait of existence reveals its most profound truth, that each moment is a microcosm of eternity, a singular heartbeat in the timeless expanse of being. The path of mindful living unfurls before us, not as a series of steps, but as a seamless flow, where beginnings and endings merge into the continuity of pure experience. The luminous horizon represents that infinite boundary where the sky of potential meets the earth of our reality, where the light of consciousness illuminates the shadows of ignorance, and where the seeker becomes the sage, understanding that the search for enlightenment is the realization that it has always been within. The heart of presence. In the heart of presence, we discover the pulse of eternity. Each breath becomes a bridge between the temporal and the timeless, and with every mindful inhalation, we draw in the universe. With every exhalation, we release the self-imposed confines of identity. This rhythmic exchange is the dance of existence, a silent symphony played in the chamber of the soul where we are both the music and the audience. The reflection of infinity. The mirror of Zen mindfulness reflects infinity in the finite, revealing the boundless within the bounded. In the dewdrop, we see the ocean, in the seed, the forest, in the individual, the cosmos. This reflection is not a mere poetic metaphor, but a lived reality, where the macrocosm and microcosm are understood to be woven from the same cosmic fabric, stitched with the threads of interdependence. The embrace of imperfection. Perfection is redefined on this path, not as a state to be achieved, but as an innate harmony to be recognized. The Zen perspective celebrates the beauty of wabi-sabi, finding elegance in the asymmetry, grace in the aging, and wisdom in the wear. We learn to embrace our flaws, not as blemishes, but as unique signatures of our individuality, and in doing so, we embrace the imperfection of the world as the perfect backdrop for growth and enlightenment. The gateless gate. The final barrier on the path is the realization that there is no barrier, no gate to pass through. This is the gateless gate of Zen, a paradoxical threshold that dissolves upon approach. Here, the duality of subject and object, seeker and sought, knower and known vanishes. We stand at the edge of enlightenment only to find that we have been inhabiting it all along, that our very nature is luminous, boundless, and pure. The continuum of compassionate action. Zen mindfulness culminates in a life lived as a continuum of compassionate action. Each choice is infused with the intention to benefit all beings, each gesture a ripple in the pond of collective consciousness. We become agents of peace, of healing, and of transformation, not through grandiose acts, but through the quiet revolution of presence that radiates from a heart at ease with itself and at one with the world. In the luminous horizon, we see not a line that separates but a vastness that encompasses. Our journey concludes not with a closing but with an opening to all possibilities, to all experiences, to all connections. We step into the ever-present now, not as finite beings reaching for eternity, but as eternal beings savoring the transient, precious gift of life. And so, we come to understand that the final part of our journey is not an end but a beginning, the start of a new chapter that is written not in the pages of a book, but in the living narrative of our daily existence. We carry forward the wisdom of the path, the serenity of the practice, and the love of the teaching, knowing that the true essence of Zen mindfulness is the art of living itself. As we embrace the luminous horizon, we do so with a sense of reverence for the past, a vibrant engagement with the present, and an open-hearted trust in the future. The journey is eternal, the path is endless, and each step is a homecoming to the essence of who we are, timeless beings on an evolutionary voyage through the landscape of consciousness, forever exploring, forever awakening, forever home.